So the Lakers won. It got a little dicey at the end there with Ja Morant almost at least taking it to overtime. Year three, Ja Morant is kind of nuts. It feels like no one can stay in front of the guy right now, and he was going nuts from three in this game. But anyway, to talk about the Lakers some, as they've won their first game in a while. I mean, obviously Carmelo Anthony went nuts in this one, but I also feel like we saw some things that the Lakers could continue doing. For one, in the fourth, we had some Westbrook-LeBron pick and rolls, and it's not like it was successful every single time, but it's the type of thing that I assume if they can get really good at that and they can figure out the spacing and everything, it could be awesome. One of those plays led to an open Anthony Davis three, and I do imagine teams would leave him open a bit on those. But to talk about like Westbrook in this game, his playmaking was pretty huge. I don't remember every assist, but there was that one to Austin Reeves in the full court. But also in the half court, there were two others that I was interested in as well, where like one he was posting up and then he just threw a lob to DeAndre Jordan. It didn't actually result in an alley-oop. He came down and went back up with it, but I was like, okay, that was something. And Bazemore actually had an opportunity to cut because they double-teamed him, so that's something they could build on, just Russ passing out of the post. There was one in the half court off of a Grizzlies basket, at least I think it was off of a basket, where they just sped up really fast instead of just walking it up court, and Russ got Anthony Davis an easy shot under the rim with that. There was another one of those like screens on the elbow that they did in the preseason for Russ in this game that resulted in a basket for him. And then, of course, you had Melo with his catch and shoots and a couple of contested jumpers as well where he just bailed them out of a bad possession. So the Lakers looked better in this one, certainly. They do look pretty different between having two bigs out there and having just AD. I don't know what the on-off numbers will say. I don't even know if I should care about them this early in the season. So yeah, the Lakers got to win. Melo's not going to go crazy all the time, but they certainly can expect more like catch and shoots and all that, so that's good for them. As far as LeBron's tendency to go up from three now, it does seem like it's a little quicker than what it has been in his career, but it makes sense given his age and all that. So there we go with the Lakers. And once again, those Westbrook-LeBron pick and rolls, I'm interested to see if that's something that happens more often for them. What else to talk about? Well, my Celtics beat the Rockets, so that's cool. Jalen Green had his best game as a pro as the guy was hitting a decent amount of tough threes, and it did get dicey for a moment there, but to be honest with the Celtics, I still didn't think they looked that great. I think Tatum just made a bunch of tough shots. Like, even the shots themselves were not the shots you really want him taking. Like, it was a lot of just him shooting long twos or turnaround jumpers or... I mean, he is good on those sidestep threes, but if that's like the only thing he's attempting, it can get a little rough. But they won the game. They were supposed to win, and they won it pretty convincingly, so there's not a whole lot to complain about. Grant Williams might be an actual shooter now, so that's cool, because that was the difference between him being a high minutes guy or like a fringe rotation dude. So we'll see if he can build on that. I also watched Hornets Nets. The easy thing to say is so far Kevin Durant's been great and James Harden has not. And whether that's him being out of shape or him being a little conflicted on how much he should shoot or pass or him freaking out because of new foul rules, which is what Steve Nash would suggest. I don't know exactly. But if that's going to maintain itself with Harden, then of course the Nets are not going to be dominating games, and they honestly could be 0-3 if it wasn't for a really good couple minute stretch against the Sixers. Now, to talk about the Hornets some, Miles Bridges is definitely a most improved candidate already. I mean, the guy, he made his threes against the Nets, and he had some transition stuff. He stripped Harden one time, and then it became a 360 dunk that looked effortless for him. But he was also breaking guys down off the dribble and making plays in the half court, and is like, oh, okay. I didn't know if I was really going to expect that out of him, but if that's going to be something he goes to more often and he can really do it, then oh, okay, the Hornets become even more interesting, and they're 3-0, so they're already pretty damn good, at least early on. And besides that, there were 3 other games tonight, and I did not watch any of those games. Some people are like a bounce around every game type of person, or you have multiple monitors. Not me. I'm a lock into one game, and then that's all I got. And then I have to catch up on the other games later on. So I don't have a take on Magic, Knicks, Sixers, Thunder, Warriors, Kings. So there you go. So yeah, again, I might do more of these in the regular season. I still want to do the like reacting to game film stuff, but I think these are also pretty cool as well. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but yeah.